Hey everybody, happy Friday. It's Joshua Loera, President of KBG Insurance and Financial. I hope everyone's having a great day, and here at KBG Insurance and Financial, I'm sure you've been following us, and we like to do things different here and offer value. So the topic we're talking about for the next month is how are you intentional in your relationships? We each have a case where we're intentional in what we try and do every day with the people in our lives and also in our community. And I think sometimes we get so busy that maybe we lose track of relationships and what is important, and don't reach out to people that we should, or someone may be calling you and you say you'll call them later, you'll just send them a text back instead of actually taking that phone call. So I'd like to talk today just about being intentional in your relationships, and have a great leader here, a great friend, Jeff Huber. He's a part of YoungLife, just a great guy. We've had the privilege to get to know Jeff, and I've known him for a while, and just excited for him to be here. So we'll have him introduce himself, and we'll all share how we're being intentional in our relationships, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Jeff Huber. I'm the Regional Director for YoungLife in the Inland Northwest region, Eastern Washington, Northern Idaho, and Montana is now part of our region as well. This has been my job for 4 years, and I like being in this office. I saved a lot of money by switching over my insurance for home and auto. Just on this topic of being intentional in relationships, it's a big part of my story and how people have done that in my life. But I just share for this that the way that I'm being intentional in relationships, I want to share just 2 quick examples. One of them is what I'm doing right now with YoungLife. I supervise the entire region, but I also volunteer lead in North Spokane at Northwood Middle School. And what I do is I volunteer twice a week. I was helping with their tennis club, and I show up on Monday mornings and I walk the halls to volunteer just to be present in the hallway with kids before school. So kids aren't fighting, they see some adult presence while the teachers are all getting ready for their class. But I make it an effort to get to know kids by name, and actually have just a little section on my phone, on my notes, on my iPhone, where I write down kids' names. And then I remember to pray for them. And then I come back next week and I say their name when I learned it. I say their name as they're walking down the hall, and they look shocked that an adult knows their name. I don't know why it's shocking to them, but not a lot of people are intentional with their relationships. But in YoungLife and middle school YoungLife, which is called Wildlife, we have adult leaders that are and college age leaders that are entering into the lives of kids, knowing them by name, praying for them, showing up consistently and earning their trust. And our hope is that eventually that you can form a trusting relationship. We can introduce them to who Jesus is, help them form relationships with each other to go deeper and have real meaningful relationships, take them to camp and have the best week of their life, and really just see the trajectory of their life change. So I'm trying to do that in the lives of middle school kids, 7th graders in particular at Northwood Middle School. Another way of being intentional in relationships is I have an app on my phone called Marco Polo. Kind of looks like this. I don't know if you can see that. But it's one where you can add a group of people together or individually. But instead of sending a text message or just putting people off, kind of like Josh was saying, like, oh, I'm going to call you back, and then you forget. It's a social media platform where you share videos of you just talking and sharing. And when they have time, they can look at it. So it's not like FaceTime where you have to stop what you're doing, but you share back and forth. And so what I'm doing is we have a group of 4 friends, and we pick something, a book that we read, or we pick like a chapter or a book in the Bible that we read. And every day we just share, like, hey, we're going to do 1 chapter per week or 1 chapter per day. And then we just share a thought. And then we also choose 2 things to be thankful for. Because it's so easy in today's world just to not be satisfied and be frustrated and lose gratitude. But gratitude changes our hearts. So we try to find 2 things to be thankful for. And so each of us takes turns every day and share something on Marco Polo. So that's how I've been intentional in my relationships.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing. And Derek, how have you been intentional in your relationships?
Yeah, so I'm Derek Gianukakis. I'm the Vice President here at KBG Insurance and Financial. I think I walk to work every day, so I kind of park about 2 miles, well, it's about 1.5 miles down the road, just west of here, by Brown's Addition. We're just downtown Spokane. And I try to make it, I always walk by people, and so today, for example, I walked by, I saw this guy, had a couple dogs, and I just went over there and said, hey, I have the same dog. And so we just kind of chit-chatted. They were from Whitefish, Montana, getting their car done. They were on their way to Nelson to go do some bike riding. So it's just simple as that. Or the other day, I had a guy that was sitting on the street with me, and we were waiting for the green light to go on, or the white light to walk across the street, and just chit-chatted with him and asked him, how's your day going? Where are you going? He was going to work out. And so I I really try to be intentional in that aspect, but just when I'm walking to work every morning. And so that's something that I try and do every day. And then the second thing that I really had tried to bring value to just my relationships, like my friends and my mentors. And so I have a few people that I connect with every week. And so sometimes, like, I have a friend that is a 70-year-old guy that beats my butt in tennis, and he calls me every Monday. So I try to beat him. You know, it's kind of one of those things where I want to be intentional. I'm like, hey, I really value your time. And so maybe there's someone today that you just haven't talked to in a while. Maybe it's someone from high school or college, or just someone maybe they moved out of the area. I would challenge you guys to just maybe text them. I would actually call them just because it's more personable. And you just never know, you know, how that could affect that person's life. Because I look back on my life when someone was being intentional with me right out of college. A guy named Austin Johnson, who's actually my coach when I was at LC State. Just a simple text, like, literally changed my life. You know, and he knows it now, but it's like it was almost 10 years ago. And so that's kind of my story.
It's good. Thanks for sharing. It's a great point, especially if you're walking to work. Sometimes you need to put your headphones in and just want to listen to music, but I think talking to people would be great. A couple ways that I'm intentional in my relationships. I get a coffee at Starbucks every morning. I'm a big coffee drinker, but it's more so than just the coffee. I mean, I love going and talking to the people there and getting to know them, and really, you know, talking about life and seeing what's going on in their life, and, you know, just even sometimes praying for them, you know, asking what's going on. Sometimes maybe they don't even know I'm praying for them. You know, here in our office we have what's called a prayer box, and so whenever anybody needs a prayer, I mean, reach out to us, and, you know, people that do that as well, we write on a piece of paper, pray for them, and we put it in our prayer box. And every so often we'll pray over the box, and it's just something that we try and be intentional with in relationships, but also in prayer, and for people that we're connected with and in contact with, where it's like, hey, you know, we're going to pray for you, and we're a faith-based company, and that's what we do. So one way I do that is, you know, here there at Starbucks, and also secondly, I would say with my daughters, you know, working a lot, starting a new business, and, you know, I've been a big worker all my life. I've sometimes lost touch with what can be important. So time with my kids, you know, definitely value that lately. And so my daughter comes to work with me a couple times a week, and, you know, really being intentional with my relationship with her, and, you know, seeing her and how she's grown just from working with me the past couple of months. I mean, it's really shed light and value on that important relationship between my daughter and I. So I've been intentional with her to help her learn with her words, and to write, and to color, and, you know, kind of taking learning to her level. And, you know, everything's so big to a child. She's only 4, so kind of taking it down to her level, and when she gets through the letter A, or traces the A through Z, you know, all the letters in the alphabets, you know, congratulating her and celebrating those successes with her, because it's big to her, you know. So I think being intentional in her successes as well, and all her wins, you know, and just, you know, a couple great ways that I try and be intentional. So thank you for watching. We appreciate your time. We'll be doing this once a month, and like I said, our topic for the month is intention and your relationships. And if you have any questions or want to talk, or you need a prayer, you know, comment below, give us a call, let us know, and we want to make this a two-way dialogue. Something here at KBG Insurance and Financial that's very important to us. If you don't know, KBG stands for Kingdom Builders Group, and something that we're trying to do is build community, offer value, and help people in more ways than just insurance and financial services. So again, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great weekend.
See ya. Sweet.
Yeah, might have been more than 5 minutes.